And with that, we are just about ready. And with that, we are just about ready for action here at the East Gymnasium in Fort Lee, New Jersey. My name is Tommy Aquilina. Thank you so much for joining us here on this January 2nd afternoon. First Tuesday back at work/school. And the Fort Lee Bridgemen are back at work in their first game of 2024. They are hosting the division rival Dumont Huskies, so it's also their first divisional matchup of the 2023-24 season. Eight minutes are on the clock. The official is at center court. And we are underway. Opening tip is 1 to number 2 on Dumont, Lucia Giangregorio. The starters again, Giangregorio, number 1, Gabriella Bartolucci, as a rebound is taken in by Fort Lee. Also, Sophia Mandalakis, Scarlett Santana, and Sage Solomon for Dumont. For Fort Lee, this is Olivia Houseman canning a jumper. Houseman starting along with Ileana James, Olivia Kim, Jacqueline Martinez, and Roxanne Perez. Giangregorio makes her move, high arcer, misses, offensive rebound, no. That was Sophia Mandalakis picking up the board, and she will be the one getting fouled and going to the line. First foul on Ileana James, the sophomore, number 30. First free throw is good for Sophia Mandalakis. Misses the second one, James with the rebound, so Mandalakis goes 1 out of 2. According to NJ.com, she leads the team in free throw percentage. Here's Jacqueline Martinez with it, making a pass that's intercepted by Bartolucci. Bartolucci taking it the other way. She misses. Rebound to number 22 on Fort Lee, Olivia Kim. Here's Jacqueline Martinez with it, banking it off the glass and giving Fort Lee a 4-1 lead. They get it ahead to Bartolucci. She fires on a 3, and she misses. Another heave is missed. Bartolucci saves it to Houseman. Houseman up ahead to James. Ileana James is blocked. That was Mandalakis getting in there. Now it's Giangregorio the other way. She almost has it poked away. Sage Solomon fakes a shot. Misses one, offensive rebound and putback for Mandalakis. So Fort Lee leads it 4-3. Mandalakis has all 3 of those points. This is Ileana James with it. She's blocked but gets it back. Tosses it out to Houseman, who takes the 3 and misses. Boxing out and picking up the board there was Scarlett Santana. Giangregorio, short. Mandalakis has been all over the glass. It's 5-4, and she has all 5 of those points. The Bridgemen have a hard time getting it over half court, but they do. Now here's Jacqueline Martinez with it. James for 3. No. Offensive rebound to Martinez. And now Martinez is fouled, going up for a shot. So she will head to the free throw line. Martinez, the sophomore. Back-to-back years on varsity for her. Getting more playing time this season. And she is short on her first free throw attempt. The foul was called on Santana, her first, also the first team foul. So each team with one team foul. We are not quite 3 minutes into this one. The Huskies with the early 5-4 advantage, and Martinez ties it at 5. She goes 1 out of 2 at the line. She has 3 points. Travel called against the Huskies, and so it'll go the other way. It's Dumont wearing their road whites, slick home black uniforms with the orange numbering and lettering for Fort Lee. Jackie Martinez does not get it over the half-court line. She's got to give it up. And it looks like a timeout was called just before she got off a pass that was intercepted. So Kelly Lane bails out her squad and takes a 30-second timeout. First timeout taken by head coach Kelly Lane. Also gives us a chance to thank our proud sponsors. The law offices of Deborah L. Pico, LLC, located on 530 Main Street in Fort Lee. Sedona Tap House, located in Cliffside Park. The finest construction, when doing it right the first time, matters. And Fort Lee Soccer Club. The Fort Lee Soccer Club, established back in 1986. Been around for more than 30 years now. And we're back in action. Houseman gets it into Martinez, and with a little less than 4:50 to go in the first quarter, we have a 3 that is missed, but Ileana James gets the offensive rebound. That 3 was taken by number 11, Eleanor Yu. She checked in for Perez. Gian Gregorio after it. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Fort Lee. Houseman to inbound again. She finds Yu, who kicks it out to Martinez. Jacqueline Martinez hit a body and lost the ball. She gets it to Ileana James. The sophomore, off glass, no. Santana with the rebound up ahead to Gian Gregorio. Long pass up ahead to Bartolucci, and it's 7-5 Dumont. Fort Lee, once again, having a hard time getting the ball ahead. This is Eleanor Yu losing it. Sage Solomon has it. Gian Gregorio for 3, too strong. Bartolucci has it now, tosses it cross court, and I didn't see what that was. Doesn't look like it was a foul, but it was an infraction against the Huskies. So Fort Lee will have it. Bartolucci will check out. And subbing in will be number 45, Gianna Lizette. Usually the first one off the bench for Christy Prepis. Meanwhile, for Fort Lee, it's James Houseman. As Houseman gets blocked. She gets it back, tosses it up, and is blocked again. That's going to be out of bounds off of, I believe, Santana. Anyway, right now it's Olivia Kim, Olivia Houseman, Ileana James, and then Eleanor Yu and number 1, Haley Seo, just into the game. Houseman gets it into Ileana James, back to Houseman, gets past her defender, and that should be a behind-the-back penalty called against Eleanor Yu. First foul on Yu. Second team foul against Fort Lee. 3:28 to go in the first quarter. 7-5 Dumont. Really good passing here by the Huskies. Head fake. More good passing. Gian Gregorio takes the shot and misses. Pass almost stolen away by Gian Gregorio. Now it's going to be a long 2-pointer taken and missed. Gian Gregorio back up ahead with it. She sends it right to James. Just more than 5 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. James might have got away with an up and down. She gets her pass off to Olivia Kim. And Kim's pass is stolen by Gian Gregorio. Solomon. Now pass is kicked out. This is Lizette with it. Lizette getting it to Santana, and Santana is fouled. Scarlett Santana will go to the free throw line. Third team foul on Fort Lee. That was the first on Olivia Kim. Santana cans the first one, and now Prepis is going to make some changes. Bartolucci back into the game, along with number 20, Annalena Petriello. Santana, not great free throw shooting numbers on the year, but she goes 2 out of 2 here. It's a 4-point lead for the Huskies. Fort Lee, once again, having a hard time getting the ball up, but they do. Olivia Kim leaked out. Olivia Kim missed. Roxanne Perez with the offensive board, and she is fouled on her putback attempt. So Perez back in the game. She immediately heads to the free throw line. That is the first foul on Lizette, second team foul. In and out for Perez on the first one. Olivia Kim will sit in favor of Ileana James. Roxanne Perez, who was working on her free throws before the game started, goes 1 out of 2. Now she's covering Santana, down low. And a really good job there. Almost lost by Fort Lee, but a foul is called. Another change for Prepis. Santana will sit with 2 fouls. Third team foul on Dumont. Pass is intercepted by Bartolucci. She tried to get it ahead to Mandalakis, and that pass was too hot to handle for number 22. 9-6 Dumont, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, and that pass just kind of wildly thrown up ahead and out of bounds. But it looks like it was tipped by a Husky, so it'll stay with Fort Lee. The Bridgemen having all kinds of problems getting the ball past the half-court line so far in this one. Houseman looking for a player. She finds Perez. Perez to Haley Seo, who traveled. And Seo will sub out for Jacqueline Martinez. Or I lied, Houseman will sit. So it's Seo, Yu, Martinez, James, and Perez right now for Kelly Lane's squad. They double team a girl. Gian Gregorio to Bartolucci. Bartolucci for 3. No. Perez with the board. Eleanor Yu taking it up. She finds Jacqueline Martinez. Good passing here by Fort Lee. Seo passes up on the shot. She gets it back from James, and then she gave it to Martinez, who traveled. So back-to-back possessions ending in a travel for Fort Lee. Gian Gregorio taking it up for the Huskies. Long 3 is missed. Bartolucci got the offensive board, but missed that. Mandalakis with the offensive board. Throws it out to Gian Gregorio. Now Gian Gregorio gets it back from Lizette and cans the 3. 12-6 Dumont. Gian Gregorio takes it away and is fouled on her shot attempt. Lucia Gian Gregorio making things happen for the Huskies. She heads to the line with Dumont already up by 6. And she makes the first one. A balanced scoring attack here in the first quarter for Dumont. Bartolucci known as one of the better players on the team, only has 2 points. Gian Gregorio goes 1 out of 2 at the line, so she has 4. Bartolucci is blocked by James. And that should result in a jump ball. Possession arrow favoring Fort Lee, so it will be Fort Lee ball. Ileana James absolutely rejecting Bartolucci, who again has 2 points. Santana also has 2, and Mandalakis has 5. Somehow Fort Lee gets it past the half-court line. Still 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Eleanor Yu's pass almost intercepted, but she gets it back and finds Perez. Roxanne Perez tosses it off Mandalakis' leg and out of bounds smartly. 21.2 seconds left in the first quarter. They find James, and James misses. Bartolucci takes it herself, and she tossed it off the rim. Putback attempt is no good. Little bit of time left for Sio. She loses it out of bounds with 6 seconds left on the clock. Kelly Lane will take Sio out in favor of Houseman for this last possession here. Houseman to trigger in. She finds James, covered by Gian Gregorio, to Martinez. Jacqueline Martinez misses at the buzzer. So after 8 minutes of action, it is 13-6 in favor of Dumont. And that once again allows us to thank our Fort Lee Bridgman Athletics sponsors, the law offices of Deborah L. Pico, Sedona Tap House, The Finest Construction Home Improvement Specialists, and the Fort Lee Soccer Club. Tommy Aquilina here with you on the Fort Lee Bridgman Athletics stream of this girls' basketball game between the Fort Lee Bridgman and the visiting Dumont Huskies. First divisional matchup of the year, also the first game of the 2024 calendar year for both of these teams. Dumont is in second place technically out of the 5 teams in the Big North American Division with a 3-4 record. Fort Lee is technically in 4th place with a 2-5 record, but whoever wins this game will be in first place in the Big North American Division specifically. Fort Lee also looking for their first home win of the season. They're actually 0-2 at home. Again, 2-5 overall. Lost on December 30th to Bloomfield. This is Bartolucci triggering out to Petriello, who misses. Ileana James with the defensive rebound, I should say. Jacqueline Martinez trying to get it up. She does not get it past half court. Mandalakis stepped in front of Perez. Mandalakis hands it off to Gian Gregorio, who cans the 3. And it's a 10-point edge for the Huskies, just like that. Gian Gregorio has 7. Houseman finds James. James is all alone, so she takes the jumper and misses. Rebound, knocked around to Mandalakis. Gian Gregorio underhands it to Petriello. Petriello's way off, but Bartolucci was there for the offensive board. Bartolucci runs around the whole court. Petriello to Mandalakis to Gian Gregorio. I think that shot was blocked. Who's that going to be out of bounds off of? Dumont. So it'll be Fort Lee ball. 9 minutes and change gone by here in this one, and only 6 points on the board for Fort Lee. Scoring has been a little bit of an issue at times this year. They only average 34 points per game. Bartolucci is fouled, and Kelly Lane gets someone off the bench. That'll be the first personal on Haley Sio. And it'll send Gabby Bartolucci to the free throw line. It'll be Perez and Martinez sitting for Fort Lee. And it'll be Bartolucci going 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. James with the rebound. Fort Lee does get it past the half-court line here. This is Olivia Kim with it now. Olivia Kim off glass. Bartolucci will go to the line for a second possession in a row. That foul was on Houseman. Or no, I lied. The first foul was on Houseman. They changed it from CO to Houseman. That foul was called against James. That's her second. Bartolucci misses her first free throw. Bartolucci does a lot of things well for the Huskies. Shooting free throws, not necessarily one of them. And she goes 1 out of 4 on these 2 possessions. Houseman with the board, but being hounded by Solomon. She finds Yu, whose pass is almost intercepted by Bartolucci. So Houseman to trigger in again for Fort Lee. Now it's Ileana James, guarded by Petriello. James is fouled on her jumper attempt. First team foul of the second quarter on Dumont. It'll go against Petriello. Ileana James gets herself on the board. She goes 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. It's 17-9 Dumont. Bartolucci for 3. No. Petriello with the offensive board. Now it's Sage Solomon playing catch with Petriello. Mandalakis. I thought she might have been fouled. They say that shot was blocked. Pass stolen away. And going all the other way is Eleanor Yu, but she gets called for the charge. That was Gian Gregorio stepping in front of Yu and taking the charge. So now Petriello and Houseman will sit. Santana is in for Dumont. And Caitlin Park, number 2, is in for Fort Lee. That was the second foul on Eleanor Yu, by the way. Third team foul for Fort Lee. Solomon from 3. No. Rebounded. Here's James with it. James gave up her dribble, and her pass goes out of bounds off of Bartolucci's leg. She was looking for CO, and now CO will trigger in. She finds Park. Off the glass, she misses. That was a really good look for Park. Gian Gregorio up ahead to Bartolucci, too far ahead. So it'll be Fort Lee ball with 4:43 to go here in the second quarter. Not a lot of scoring in this one, which was probably to be expected. Dumont only averages 41 points per game. Again, Fort Lee averaging 34 points per game so far this year. Ileana James, blocked by Mandalakis. Mandalakis comes up with it. That was a good pass up ahead on the Fort Lee end. That was Olivia Kim who made the pass. Here's Gian Gregorio. Missing a 2-pointer. Rebounded by CO, who will take it up for Fort Lee. Yu to James. Santana knocked it out of bounds. And now CO will trigger in for Fort Lee. U to CO. To Kim. Olivia Kim stopped short and left that shot a little short. Bartolucci up ahead to Gian Gregorio. Oh, I don't know how that pass found Mandalakis. Wow, really good pass by Gian Gregorio. Here's Bartolucci to Solomon for 3. And the ball got stuck in between the rim and the glass. Solomon probably couldn't have done that if she tried, but she was trying to make the shot, and she gets the ball stuck. So the clock will stop with 3:46 to go here in the second quarter. They did not, in fact, need the stick to get the ball down, so play will resume momentarily. Fort Lee inbounds it to Olivia Kim. Fort Lee almost loses it. Instead, it's Ileana James up ahead to Roxanne Perez, who is blocked by Mandalakis. Mandalakis has been all over the place defensively so far today. Still Fort Lee ball. Having a hard time triggering in. They find Perez. No, they don't. Solomon picks it up. Sage Solomon. Bartolucci somehow keeps it in. Mandalakis missed. Perez comes away with the rebound, and I think she was fouled. She was. That'll be the second team foul on Dumont. First on Mandalakis. Kim finds James, still not past the half-court line. She gets over it. And she's fouled. That's Mandalakis' third. Or rather, it's her third team foul. So each team with 3, with 3:16 to go here in the second quarter. Houseman has checked in. They get it to James, and James was looking for Olivia Kim when she passed that one out of bounds. .312 to go in the second quarter. Bartolucci from deep. No. Mandalakis with the offensive board. Now Gian Gregorio from 3. She left that one short. Houseman with the board, and Houseman is fouled by Santana. Scarlett Santana does not like the call, but she's going to get banged for her third personal. So she immediately subs out in favor of Lizette. Fourth team foul on Dumont. The free throw line could be a way for Fort Lee to get back in this one. No foul called there. Houseman goes down, and she's called for a travel. 17-9 Dumont. Fort Lee has only scored 3 points here in the second quarter. This is Bartolucci with it for Dumont. She finds Gian Gregorio. The Huskies swinging the ball around. Mandalakis fakes a shot, makes her move, and banks it in off the glass. 7 points for Mandalakis, and it's 19-9. Houseman almost loses it. It's going to be a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Dumont. Gian Gregorio into Mandalakis. Mandalakis winds up back with it. She missed. Strong rebound to Olivia Houseman. Here's Ileana James. Shooting and banking it in off glass. 3 points for James. It's 19-11, under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Gian Gregorio to Mandalakis, almost stolen away, but it's going to be a foul going against Caitlin Park. First personal on Park, fourth team foul, so the next foul will mean free throws, no matter who commits it. Here's Bartolucci. Off shooting day so far for Bartolucci. Houseman with the board. Park was running up ahead, but Houseman keeps it. Now finds Ileana James. Splitting defenders. Using the left hand and missing. Lizette up ahead to Gian Gregorio, who steps back and takes the three. She missed it. Another board for Houseman. Up to James. Ileana James, the step back two-pointer, in and out. Mandalakis, the strong board. Gian Gregorio up ahead to Lizette. She keeps it. Fort Lee wanted a travel call. Bartolucci is blocked. No, she's fouled. Not that it matters, but she was in the act of shooting. So Bartolucci to the line with 66 seconds remaining in the second quarter. That was the second personal on Houseman. And so Kelly Lane will smartly get Houseman out of there with 2 fouls. Sio replaces her. Bartolucci has 5 points, and Dumont has a 10-point lead. Here is Perez with it. She gets it off to Olivia Kim. That pass is stolen away by Bartolucci. Gabby Bartolucci has 7, and Dumont has a 12-point lead. Final minute of play here in the first half, and Fort Lee having all kinds of trouble right now. That was Caitlin Park tossing up a shot and getting fouled with 33.7 seconds remaining in the half. Third personal on Mandalakis, so as well as Dumont has played here in the first half, particularly defensively, 2 of their starters have 3 fouls. And so Christy Prepis will get Mandalakis out of there. Petriello checks in. Also, Ileana James checks out for Fort Lee. Jacqueline Martinez back into the game. Park goes 1 out of 2. This is Bartolucci. Short. Perez with the rebound. And Kelly Lane calls a timeout to bail out Roxanne Perez. 22.8 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It's a full timeout with Dumont leading this one 23-12. Want to give another shout out here in the first half to the Fort Lee Bridgman Athletics proud sponsors. The law offices of Deborah L. Pico, LLC. Sedona Tap House. The Finest Construction, Home Improvement Specialists, and the Fort Lee Soccer Club. Thank you to our proud sponsors, and thank you to you for spending part of your Tuesday early evening with us. Dumont leading Fort Lee 23-12 here in the first Big North American matchup of the year. Dumont 3-4 on the season. They lost both games that they played in the Butler Classic to close out the 2023 calendar year. Fort Lee also coming off a loss. They went 2-1 in the J. Maloney Holiday Jam Fest. 2-5 overall on the season. This might be the last possession for Fort Lee. Jacqueline Martinez lost it out of bounds. The one referee, actually neither referee saw it, so Fort Lee might get lucky to maintain possession here. Let's see if they can make it count. They find Martinez. She's getting double teamed. Kim to Sio to Ileana James for 3. No. Sage Solomon with the board. Solomon has time, running up ahead, tossing it up, missing, and that is how the first half ends. Not a ton of offense, but Dumont has a double-digit point lead on Fort Lee as we head to halftime. Gonna take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. The second half is coming up next. Second half almost set to begin here at the East Gymnasium in Fort Lee High School. The Bridgemen trail the Dumont Huskies 23-12. And like I detailed a little bit in the first half, offense has been a little bit of a problem for both of these teams. Fort Lee averaging 34 points per game. They scored 39 in their last game, a loss against Bloomfield. And meanwhile, Dumont only averages 41 points per game. And in the Butler Classic, they only scored 27 and 35 points in their 2 losses. Fort Lee also beat Dumont twice last year, looking to start off the season with a win and go to 1-0 in division. But they have a tall task ahead of them as they trailed by 11 going into halftime. Not a great first possession there for Fort Lee. Offensive foul called on number 13, Jacqueline Martinez. Not a great possession for Dumont either. That's a steal for Olivia Houseman. She finds Ileana James, who will not take the jumper. Now she will shoot, and she'll miss. Olivia Kim tried to keep it in bounds and was unable to. So 6 points in the first quarter for Fort Lee, 6 points in the second quarter. But they did get a lot of members of Dumont in foul trouble. Bartolucci's not one of them. She's going to fire on the 3 and make it. Gabby Bartolucci has 10, and it's a 14-point advantage for Dumont. Fort Lee is having a difficult time triggering in and getting the ball over the half-court line. Olivia Kim for 2. No. Roxanne Perez is there. Also no. Sophia Mandalakis, one of those players with 3 fouls, with the rebound. To Gian Gregorio. To Bartolucci, who misses. Mandalakis with the offensive board. That was partially blocked by Ileana James. Jacqueline Martinez loses it, but James is there. Not quite a minute and a half gone by here in the third quarter, and a sloppy turnover there by Ileana James. Sage Solomon to Gian Gregorio, who passes up on the 3. Bartolucci is feeling it from deep, but she misses. Offensive board, Lizette. Back to Bartolucci. She lost it, and that should be a jump ball, and it will be. The possession arrow will keep it here with Dumont. They get it into Mandalakis, who is fouled on her shot attempt. Second team foul on Fort Lee. That is the 3rd personal on Ileana James. Mandalakis had 7 points in that first half. But she did commit 3 fouls. Also committing 3 fouls in that first half was Santana, and she starts the second half on the bench. Gian Gregorio fought for the offensive board, but did not get it. Mandalakis goes 0 of 2 at the stripe. Houseman shoots right in front of her and misses. Bartolucci up ahead to Gian Gregorio. To Mandalakis, who scores. Timeout, Kelly Lane. 9 points for Mandalakis. A 16-point advantage for Dumont with 5 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and so it is a full timeout for Kelly Lane. Want to thank our proud sponsors, the law offices of Deborah L. Pico, LLC, located on 530 Main Street, Sedona Tap House, located in Cliffside Park. The finest construction, when doing it right the first time, matters. and the Fort Lee Soccer Club since 1986. As for the Fort Lee girls basketball team, they trail Dumont 28-12, and they have yet to score here in the third quarter. Fort Lee beat Dumont twice last year, on January 3rd and again on January 24th. They went 7-0 in division and 21-7 overall. This year has been a different story as Fort Lee is off to a 2-5 start. They lost each of their first 4 games of the year before going 2-1 at the J. Maloney Holiday Jam Fest. That pass is stolen away by Mandalakis. Not what Kelly Lane wanted coming out of a timeout. Out of bounds off of Dumont, so they don't score, and Fort Lee can probably try something similar to what they were going to on this possession. They get it into Olivia Kim, and Olivia Kim loses it, battling with Bartolucci. That'll be a jump ball, so Fort Lee will get a third shot at this. But now Fort Lee will get it on the side. They won't have to go up the entire length of the court. Fort Lee gets past the half-court line. This is Caitlin Park spinning and passing it to Gian Gregorio. She takes it the other way. Bartolucci stops, gets it back to her. That's a nice pass to Solomon, who finds Mandalakis. In and out. Mandalakis gets her own miss, kicks it out to Gian Gregorio, who gives it back to her. She goes around Perez and misses, but they're going to get Perez for a foul. That'll be the third team foul on Fort Lee, and the first personal on Perez. That free throw gives Mandalakis 10 points. Her and Bartolucci are tied for the team lead so far today. Nothing but net on that one for Mandalakis. She has 11, and it's an 18-point advantage for Dumont. They get it in, they get it over the half-court line, and this is Caitlin Park with it. She passes it back to Sio, who is fouled on her pass attempt by Gian Gregorio. First team foul for Dumont here in the second half. Also Gian Gregorio's first. Yu has her pass stolen away by Bartolucci. And one for Gabby Bartolucci. Third personal on Yu, fourth team foul for Fort Lee. Bartolucci misses the free throw, long rebound to Olivia Kim. Passes it up ahead, almost stolen away. This is Sio with it now. Here's Yu with it at the top of the key. She gives it to Park, who finds Perez. Roxanne Perez kicks it out. Extra pass, and it's Yu making the jump shot. So Eleanor Yu is on the board. This is Lizette from deep. She cans it. 3 points for Lizette. It is a 35-14 advantage for Dumont. And now Gian Gregorio takes it away. Nice pass to Lizette, who is blocked by Sio. Sio passing it up ahead. Caitlin Park threw it up wildly and missed. Solomon with the board. This game is coming unglued a little bit. They get it up ahead to Lizette, who misses. And Lizette was going for a jump ball. Looks like she committed a foul there. Second personal on Lizette, second team foul for Dumont. And it'll be Fort Lee ball with 3:39 to go here in the third quarter. Houseman and Martinez both check in for Fort Lee. They try to get it into you, and they do. Now here's Martinez with it. She runs into her defender. And that's going to be a foul on Mandalakis. That'll be her fourth. So Mandalakis will have to sit. She will be replaced by Santana, who has 3 fouls herself. Houseman gets it into Park, who gives it right back to her. Here's Kim with it. Olivia Kim is fouled. They got Lizette on that one. So that is the 4th team foul on Dumont. Santana and Lizette have 3 each, and Mandalakis has 4. Ileana James will check in for Caitlin Park. In and out for Olivia Kim. She goes 0 of 2 at the line. This is Solomon giving it to Gian Gregorio. Nice pass inside to Santana. Up and down. Turnover on Santana. Fort Lee ball with 3:18 to go in the third quarter. Houseman gets it into you. She splits a couple defenders. Passes it back to James. Maybe she should have taken that one herself. Here's Bartolucci with it, taking on multiple defenders. She missed it. Offensive board to Solomon. 5 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Bartolucci in the corner again. She's going to pass up on the shot. Long pass to Lizette. Really crisp passing there by Dumont, and it ends with Santana scoring. 4 points for Santana. It is a 23-point advantage for Dumont. You up ahead to Ileana James. She passes up on the 3. She'll take the 2, and she'll miss it. Bartolucci with the rebound. That's a long pass up ahead to Gian Gregorio. To Solomon, who saves it. She was the first one to touch it, so that's a turnover. Solomon did keep the ball in bounds, but she went out of bounds, so she couldn't be the first one to touch it. And now she'll check out for Petriello. Houseman triggers into Kim, and Houseman gets it back after Kim gives up her dribble. James, not going to fire on that 3. She'll take the 2, and she'll make it. 5 points for Ileana James. Gian Gregorio directing traffic. Bartolucci no-look pass to Petriello. Turnover. Houseman gives up her dribble. And now gets it back from Kim. Ileana James passes up on the shot, and Jacqueline Martinez is fouled. That'll be number 4 on Scarlett Santana. It's also the 5th team foul on Dumont, so Fort Lee will be shooting free throws for the remainder of this third quarter. So now Mandalakis and Santana will both be on the bench. And Bartolucci is also going to sit late in the third quarter. It's 37-17 in favor of the Huskies. Jacqueline Martinez goes 1 out of 2. Gian Gregorio with the rebound. Thought about the 3, passes up on it. Lizette sidestepping the line. That shot is missed, and the rebound goes to Houseman. She finds Olivia Kim, and that will roll in. So it's 37-19 now, and Olivia Kim has 4 points. Final 60 seconds of the third quarter. Fort Lee has scored 7 points here in the third. That is their high for a quarter so far today. Petriello passes it off. That pass is stolen away by Eleanor Yu. Time for at least one more good possession here for Fort Lee. Eleanor Yu trying to cross up Lizette. She finds Ileana James, who scores. 7 points for James, and it's 37-21 Dumont. That three-pointer is missed. Gian Gregorio got the offensive board, but missed her putback. 15 seconds for Ileana James and Fort Lee to work with. Houseman to Kim. Bounce pass to James. Doesn't take the three. With the left hand, she puts it in. Ileana James getting Fort Lee back in this one. She has 9 points. And it is a 14-point game as we head to the fourth quarter. So Fort Lee still in this one. They trail by 14, and 2 of Dumont's best defenders are sitting with 4 fouls. Going to step aside super quickly. Do not go anywhere. A fun fourth quarter should be next. Tommy Aquilina back here with you for the start of the fourth quarter here at the East Gymnasium at Fort Lee High School in Fort Lee, New Jersey. The Bridgemen trail Dumont 37-23 as we start the fourth quarter. By the way, Bartolucci, Mandalakis, and Santana are all back in the game for Christy Preppis's squad. All 5 starters are. Bartolucci for 3, no. Gian Gregorio from 2, yes. Lucia Gian Gregorio has 9 points, and it is a 16-point advantage for Dumont. And now Gian Gregorio gets the steal and the and one. So she has 11 and the chance to make it a 19-point game. That was the second personal on Olivia Kim. Offensive rebound, Mandalakis. Bartolucci from 3 again. No, the underhanded pass. It's a steal for you. Ileana James wound up with it. She turned it over. Pass up ahead to Gian Gregorio. She gives it to Bartolucci, who will dribble around a little bit. Cross-court pass from Mandalakis. Really, really good passing here by the Huskies, but that shot is missed. Multiple offensive rebounds for Scarlett Santana, and she is fouled. No, she's not. She commits a turnover. She went up and down with it. So a turnover for Dumont. 6:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Dumont leads this one by 18. Ileana James tries to make it closer, but she missed with the left-handed scoop. Bartolucci has her pass knocked away. This is Yu running with it the other way. Houseman misses the jumper. Bartolucci with the uncontested board. Giangregorio running up ahead. She'll fake the three-pointer. Now she'll go in deep to Mandalakis. Bartolucci. No. That foul was called on Mandalakis. She was going for the board with number 22, Olivia Kim of Fort Lee. And she got called for her 5th personal, so she's going to have to come out of the game. And I think that's why play has stopped here. That's the first team foul on Dumont, but the 5th of the game for Mandalakis. So her day is done, with Dumont leading 41-23. Replacing Mandalakis will be number 52, Angelica Fernandez. They get it in to number 22 on Fort Lee, Olivia Kim. She finds Jacqueline Martinez. That was Caitlin Park making the deuce. 3 points for Caitlin Park, but it's a 17-point advantage for Dumont. Fernandez almost had her pass stolen away. She gets it back to Solomon. Now it's Giangregorio slowing things down. Solomon for 3. Missed everything. Bartolucci was blocked from behind. Santana, it rims in. 6 points for Santana and a 20-point lead for Dumont. Or 18-point lead, I should say. But right back down to 16. Jacqueline Martinez uses the backboard. She has 6 points. Solomon into Santana. No. Kim with the rebound. James gets it back, goes around a defender and scores. 11 points for Ileana James. It's a 14-point game, but trading baskets with Dumont is not going to work. Angelica Fernandez pops the 3 and makes it. Off the bench because a starter fouls out, and Fernandez gets 3 quick points. Here's Olivia Kim with plenty of space. She gives it to James, who fires on the 3 and misses. James with not an offensive board. Or no, she is going to get credit for the offensive board there, and she was fouled. Second team foul on Dumont with 4:01 to go in the 4th quarter. They do get it in. This is Ileana James with it. 3-pointer is missed, but Park gets her own rebound, and a timeout is taken by Kelly Lane. A lot of disjointed possessions on both sides, but especially for Fort Lee. And they trail this one by 17 right before Kelly Lane takes a full timeout. We'll give one more shout out to our proud sponsors, the law offices of Deborah L. Pico, LLC, Sedona Tap House in Cliffside Park, the Finest Construction Home Improvement Specialists, and the Fort Lee Soccer Club. A 46-29 lead for Dumont. Fort Lee has already scored more points than they did in the entire first half. But they did put themselves in a hole. Also, 3 players for Dumont are in double figures scoring-wise, including Sophia Mandalakis, who fouled out with 11 points. It's Fort Lee ball here, but that pass is stolen away. Gian Gregorio. The soft touch, and it's a 19-point lead for Dumont. Gian Gregorio has 13 points. Fort Lee almost lost it there, but they will maintain possession, and Park will trigger in. Gets it into Kim. James fakes the 3, misses the 2. Bartolucci up ahead to Solomon. They play catch. Now Fernandez's pass is stolen away by Caitlin Park. Park off the backboard, no. Bartolucci running the other way. Throws it up for Santana, who misses. Bartolucci right there, gives it back to her, and Santana is fouled by James on her shot attempt. That'll be the second team foul on Fort Lee, and the 4th personal on James. Santana makes the first one, and with that, Dumont has their largest lead of the day. It's 20. Bartolucci with the offensive rebound. And Dumont will slow things down with a 49-29 lead here. Santana has 7 points. Fernandez tried to get it into her. Ileana James took it away. James throwing up a wild shot and missing. Jacqueline Martinez with the offensive rebound. No. James with the offensive rebound. She misses. Rebound to Fernandez. Gian Gregorio is blocked by James. Santana came up with it, though. Here's Fernandez popping on the 3 again. Little strong on that one, but Bartolucci goes up and under. You know, it hasn't been Bartolucci's best scoring night, but she has 14 points. Martinez lost it. Santana around her defender. She traveled. Kelly Lane will empty out her bench with 1:37 remaining in this one. We're going to see number 15, Jenin Hassan, number 5, Amber Lask, and number 3, Paula Pestic. This is Sio with the ball handling now. That shot is missed and rebounded by Bartolucci. Pass up ahead to Solomon. And Solomon traveled. Bartolucci will sit. Her day should be done as Dumont leads this one 51-29 with 1:17 to go. They get it into Lask. She finds Park, who runs into a defender and misses her shot. No foul called, but it will stick with Fort Lee. Nice pass into Park. She misses her shot. Offensive rebound, Fort Lee. Now it's Sio missing. Fernandez with the board. We are in the final minute of play here at the East Gymnasium. Dumont will improve to 4-4 overall this year, and they'll win their first divisional game of the year. So they'll be in first place in the Big North American at 1-0. And Fort Lee will be 0-1 and will fall to 2-6 overall. This will be a second consecutive loss for Fort Lee. They'll also fall to 0-3 at home on the season. Lots of passing around here for Dumont. And a travel by Santana. So Fort Lee will have one more possession here as we wrap this one up on a Tuesday night in Fort Lee. They pass it into Lask. Is she going to take a shot? She's going to make a pass. A shot will be made as time expires. I believe that was Paula Pestic making the two-pointer. So for posterity's sake, the final score of this one is Dumont 51, Fort Lee 31. Again, Fort Lee falls to 2-6, 0-1 in division. Dumont improves to 4-4 and 1-0 in division. We want to thank all of our sponsors. We want to thank Fort Lee Athletic Director Michael Raftery, also Dimitri Nanas for all he does putting this show on. Thank you so much for spending part of your Tuesday afternoon with me. I'm Tommy Aquilina saying see you next time, everyone. Have a good one.